Okay, so can we just talk about how this Mars retrograde is literally going to last us from December all the way till about April, May time? And I'm not really one for fear mongering, so we're going to dive into how to make the best out of this Mars retrograde in the sign of Leo as well as Cancer. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Sade. Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Alchemy by Sade. I am a wellness coach specializing in spiritual, mental, physical, emotional well-being practices to really help people learn how to transform their life, learn how to alchemize their life, and tap into their fullest potential. Now, before we dive into this video for this amazing, luxurious Mars retrograde that we're going to be having, if you are interested in knowing your 2025 astrology report, I am doing a promotion for the entire month of December. Feel free to head over to my website, hiddenalchemybysade.com, or send me an email if you would like a full rundown of where specific transits are going to hit you for the year of 2025. I will be focusing mainly on the Saturn transit, Neptune, Jupiter, as well as the North and South Node, your Chiron, and your big three. So go ahead and head over to my website, send me an email, and we can go ahead and get you your 2025 report. Okay, YouTube family, let's dive into this Mars retrograde. Now, as I said, I'm not a fear monger. I love astrology and I love using the transits in astrology to really help us make the best out of any uncomfortable moment. So, if you are a person who has strong Leo placements, and what I mean by that is if you are a Leo stellium, if you have your sun, moon, or rising in Leo, and a stellium is if you have more than 2 or 3 planets in one sign, and if you are a Cancer stellium, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising, or if your Mars is in Leo or Cancer. My Mars is in Cancer, so this will be our Mars return. So if you are a person that has any of those that I've just listed, this Mars retrograde is going to hit you a little bit more intensely than someone who doesn't necessarily have strong Leo or Cancer placements. So first of all, let's go ahead and dissect what is the planet Mars. Mars is the natural planet ruler of the sign Aries, and Mars deals with our ability to act. I know a lot of times astrologers will say like Mars deals with conflict and war, which is very true. But Mars, when it is in a calm state and it doesn't need to be in combat or war, really rules our instinctual ability to take action on something that needs to change. Because Mars is the ruler of Aries, Aries is a cardinal sign. So when we're dealing with cardinal energy, it has to initiate change, right? So Mars, being this planet of action, being this planet of rebuttal, of conflict, of war, loves to be naturally in the fire sign of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So right now we've been dealing with Mars in the sign of Leo, which means that a lot of us have really been having to put in energy and be leaders in our life wherever we have the Leo aspect of our chart. However, because Mars is going retrograde, it's really letting us know that this area of our life where we have Leo, we're not ready yet to be that leader in this area. There's some things that we have to go back and do. That's why Mars is stationing retrograde. Mars retrogrades every 2 years. So it's not the same as Mercury. Mercury retrogrades every 3 months, basically. A few times a year, you're going to have that. Mars retrograde is every 2 years. So you really want to take advantage of a Mars retrograde and slow down, especially because Mars rules action and movement. So with it retrograding in the sign of Leo first, it's going to station retrograde at about 6-7 degrees of Leo. So it's just in the beginning stages of Leo. It's not too deep in Leo yet. But with it stationing retrograde, it's literally letting you know you're not ready to move forward in this Leo area of your chart yet. You're not ready to take this new line of leadership, this new line of being the warrior in that Leo area of your chart, and maybe even carving out a new path, because this Mars in the sign of Leo is opposing Pluto, which is firmly planted in the sign of Aquarius. So because we're dealing with Pluto and Aquarius and we're all having to reinvent the Aquarian area of our chart, we will need the opposite of Aquarius, which is Leo. We will need to figure out, where does our fire lie? And when you're dealing with the energy of Leo, you're dealing with the inner child, But you're not dealing with the inner child in terms of Cancer, which I'm going to dive into, the emotions of the inner child. You're dealing with the inner child that is experiencing joy, that is experiencing pleasure, and that is experiencing self confidence. When kids are at a very young age, before they are immersed into the world and taught all of these systems that kind of peel away at their self esteem, kids are very confident, right? They'll create an art project, and the art project could literally be a few lines, and they'll think that that is the best masterpiece in the world. That is the Leo energy. It's this internal fire of self-confidence, of pride in oneself, and pride in the way that one actively moves in the world and inspires others. Whenever we're dealing with Leo energy, we're dealing with someone that wants to inspire, which is usually through the form of entertainment. Leo also rules entertainment as well as politics, right? So, and business and other things. So, because Pluto is in Aquarius and is opposing this Mars, there's been this tension that we can all kind of say that we've been feeling, or I'll safely say that I've been feeling, of how is this new way that we are showing up in the world as leaders of our own life? What are we creating? What are we inventing? What are we changing? And where does our self confidence and self pride lie? Now, because Mars is going to be retrograding back into Cancer, Mars necessarily does not like being in the sign of Cancer, because Cancer is a water sign, a feminine sign ruled by the moon. Mars likes to deal with action. The moon likes to deal with what we are receiving on an internal level based off of our external world and how we nourish ourselves. So, with Mars retrograding in the sign of Cancer, it's really going to be a moment to slow down. Slow down and really figure out wherever you have this Cancer energy in your chart, where are you malnourished? And when we think of malnourishment, I know sometimes we think of, not getting enough food, not getting enough minerals or vitamins, which is very, very true. But also, where are you not tending to your harvest? Where are you not tending to your soil? Right? Cancer rules our connection to our maternal figure from the womb. Cancer rules the the uterus, the womb, as well as the breasts, and it is the ruler of the sacral chakra, which is where our creativity begins. The creativity begins in the sacral chakra. So when we're dealing with this Mars retrograde, which will be retrograde in more of Cancer than it will be of Leo. So with it being more in Cancer, it's really asking us, where are you not nourishing yourself on an emotional level, on a physical level, on a spiritual level? Where are you malnourished? Because in order for you to lead in this area where you have Leo, you have to take care of your home. Cancer rules our home, it rules our family, it rules the maternal parent, it rules our ancestors, our lineage, the gifts that we came here with. And the reason why Cancer comes before Leo astrologically is you have to know where you've been to have pride in who you are and where you're going in life. So if you struggle with the Cancerian energy, if you struggle with a mom wound or a dad wound, right? If you're struggling in those areas, Mars retrograde is a really good time to start to really think about, where am I not taking care of myself in the best way? And it doesn't only have to be about self, but wherever you have Cancer in your chart. So, for example, if you do have, let's say, Cancer in the fifth house, where are you not nourishing your creative talents? Where have you been falling short on your creative talents for the sake of the Capricorn side, right? For the sake of duties and responsibilities for other people. If you have Cancer in the third house, where have you been neglecting your interest, your ability to learn, your skill sets that you need in order to learn in this world and build something in this world and connect with other people? Where have you been malnourished in that area? So I know that this Mars in Cancer and this Mars in Leo retrograde, it is going to be very tense for the month of December. Yes, because it's going to be opposing Venus in Aquarius and it's going to be opposing Pluto in Aquarius. So the retrograde is a good opportunity to feel and see, where are there tense parts in your life pertaining to where you have Leo and Aquarius in your chart, because you're going to have to go back over it once we get to about April. So Mars is going to retrograde all the way until 17 degrees of Cancer. So we're not going to conclude this retrograde until the end of February, basically March. So there's a lot of time to really work with the Cancer part of your chart. Once we get to about February 23rd, Mars is going to station direct in the sign of Cancer, and then it's going to go all the way back over everything that you've just worked on. So don't think just because Mars is going direct that you're in the clear. No, you have to go back over everything you worked on, which means we're going to be met with another Pluto-Mars opposition, as well as, not a Venus-Mars opposition, but a Pluto-Mars opposition. And if you think back to whatever was tense in your life at the beginning of November, and we can say on a personal level and a collective level, what was tense in our life at that time, those issues are going to come back to the forefront. And by the time we get to April, when we have the Mars Pluto opposition, you will be more than confidently ready to attack or take control over that tense area that you're going to be feeling, that you felt at the beginning of November, that you're going to feel again in the month of December, because it has to go backwards in Leo. And then you're going to feel it again as we move into the month of April. Mars will not officially leave Leo until June. So this is a long period. And because it's a long period, it's really asking us to slow down, take a moment, and take care of ourselves. Because, and this is just beyond astrology, there's so much that is getting ready to change in 2025 for us as a collective, for us as a country. So I'm speaking in the US, but even beyond the US, there's a lot that is changing, and there's a lot that's going to change next year. And we will all have to be new leaders in our own life. But we have to first figure out, where is that pride coming from? Where is that confidence coming from? Where is that self-awareness coming from? Who are you? So that you know how to lead in this new chapter of your life. So I'm looking forward to this Mars retrograde, because my Mars is in Cancer, so it is my Mars return, but it has been uncomfortable, to say the least. However, there's always ways that you can work with this energy so that you can make the most out of it, because we won't experience a Mars retrograde until about 2 years after 2025. So if you would like to know where this Mars retrograde is happening in your chart, please let me know. We can schedule a consultation. And if you would like to know what is happening in the stars for you in the year of 2025, go ahead and send me an email at info@hiddenalchemybysade.com. Otherwise than that, everyone, I will see you for my next videos.